stamps. Even if the letter's important, you won't need to know how to send it as a registered letter. The postal worker won't weigh the letter nor tell you the cost. Then you won't pay the postal worker nor bring your letter to the mailbox. You won't have to remember to put it in the right box. And finally, you'll go home. If the postal workers serve you quickly and courteously, you'll remember that post office and you'll refer it to your friends. On the contrary, if it's a bad post office, you won't remember it and you'll never go back there again. On the contrary, if it's a bad post office, you won't remember it and you'll never go back there. You'll find another branch office. Mini Topic 6. The Hotel Check-in. If you want to check in after you make a reservation, you'll need to go to the hotel first. You can take a taxi from the airport. If your friend picks you up, you can give him the address of the hotel for him to take you there. When you arrive at the hotel, usually a bellman will open the taxi door for you, and he'll take your luggage to the lobby of the hotel. You'll come to the reception room and talk to a registration clerk. If the check-in counter is crowded, you'll stand in line and wait for your turn. When your turn comes, you'll talk to the registration clerk. You'll give him or her your reservation confirmation number. He or she'll check for your name in the computer and find a room for you. He or she'll take your credit card and make a copy and have you sign the copy. He or she'll usually give you 2 keys to your room. He or she'll show you where your room is in the hotel, and he or she'll call a bellman to take your luggage to the room. He or she'll show you the elevator and wish you a nice stay in the hotel. However, if you don't have to check in, you won't have to come to the reception room, and you won't have to talk to a registration clerk. Even if the check-in counter is crowded, you won't have to stand in line and wait for your turn. You won't have to talk to the registration clerk. You won't give him or her your reservation confirmation number. He or she won't check for your name in the computer, and he or she won't find a room for you. He or she won't take your credit card and won't make a copy. He or she won't have you sign the copy. He or she won't give you 2 keys to your room. He or she won't have to show you where your room is in the hotel, and he or she won't call a bellman to take your luggage to the room. He or she won't show you the elevator and won't wish you a nice stay in the hotel. When you leave the reception room and go to your room, you'll keep the keys. If the service is good, you'll write the name and address of the hotel in your notebook. You'll remember the phone number and the name of the registration clerk who serves you. If the service isn't good, you won't come back in the future, nor will you introduce the hotel to your friends. Mini Topic 7. The Hotel Checkout. If you want to check out of the hotel after your stay, you must know where the checkout counter is. If you don't know where it is, you'll ask the hotel operator and she'll show you where. You can also go to the reception office or the check-in counter to ask for information. When you go to the checkout counter to check out of the hotel, you'll give the checkout clerk the keys to your room. You'll tell her that you want to check out. She'll check for your account and tell you how much you'll need to pay. She'll call the room servant to check your room. She'll know how many drinks you've used and include them in your bill. She'll check your telephone account too. She'll finally print a bill for your account, and she'll give it to you. You'll pay for it by cash, by check, or by credit card. She'll give you a receipt. She'll call a bellman to take your luggage to a taxi and say goodbye to you. She'll also thank you for staying in her hotel, and she'll expect you to come back next time. But if you don't have to check out, you won't go to the checkout counter to check out of the hotel. You won't give the checkout clerk the keys to your room. She won't check for your account and won't tell you how much you'll need to pay. She won't call the room servant to check your room. She won't have to know how many drinks you've used, and she won't include them in your account. She won't check your telephone account either. She won't print a bill for your account, and she won't give it to you. You won't pay for any bill by cash, by check, or by credit card. She won't give you a receipt. She won't call a bellman to take your luggage to a taxi, and she won't say goodbye to you. She won't thank you for staying in her hotel, and she won't have to expect you to come back next time. And finally, after you check out, you'll take a taxi to the airport and go home. If the service is good and the room is nice, you'll remember the hotel. You'll keep its telephone numbers and address, and you'll return the next time you come to the city. If the room isn't nice and the service isn't good, you won't come back next time, nor will you introduce the hotel to your friends. Mini Topic 8. Go to a company to apply for a job. If you want to go to a company to look for a job, first you must know the company. You must know where it is, what's its name, and what the company does. If you don't know about the company, you can call the Chamber of Commerce to obtain the information you want. You can also read about the company in the yearly business directory. When you arrive at the company, you'll go to the personnel department. You'll give the recruiting officer or the recruiting secretary your application. Your application package must include a written application for the job, your resume, copies of your diplomas, letters of recommendation, a recent health certification by a doctor, and 2 photographs. The recruiting officer will then accept your application. He or she will check your papers and tell you what else he or she might need. You'll submit the missing documents later. The recruiting officer will then give you a date to come back for an interview. But if you don't go to the company to apply for a job, you won't have to go into the personnel department. You won't give the recruiting officer or the recruiting secretary your application. You don't have to know that an application package must include a written application for the job, your resume, copies of your diplomas, letters of recommendation, a recent health certification by a doctor, and 2 photographs. The recruiting officer won't accept any application. He or she won't check your papers and won't tell you what else he or she might need. You won't have to submit any missing documents any time later. The recruiting officer won't have to give you a date to come back for an interview. When you leave the company, you'll remember the professionalism or lack of it in the recruiting office. If you like the company, you'll come back for an interview and tell your friends to apply for jobs there. However, if you feel you don't like the company, you'll forget all about it. Mini Topic 9. Attend a seminar at a hotel. If you want to attend a seminar, first you need to find out the seminar. You'll find out whether it's free or charges a fee. You'll also need to know what it's about and decide whether the topic of discussion will suit your needs. If you don't know about the seminar, you can ask your teachers or parents about it. You can also call the organizer of the seminar to explain it to you. When you arrive at the hotel to attend the seminar, you'll ask the hotel clerk for the place or room where the seminar will be held. You'll go into the conference room and will read the leaflet that they distribute to you. You'll collect more documents from the information booth. Before the seminar begins, you'll probably have to pay the fees charged. During the seminar, you'll sit with other people in the conference room and listen to the lectures. You'll of course take notes. You'll ask questions, and the speakers will answer your questions. But if you don't go to the hotel to attend a seminar, you won't have to ask the hotel clerk for the place or conference room where the seminar will be held. You won't go into the conference room and won't read the leaflet that they distribute to you. You won't have to collect any other documents from the information booth. You won't have to pay the fees charged. You won't sit with other people in the conference room and won't listen to the lectures, nor will you take notes. You won't ask questions, and the speakers won't answer your questions. After the seminar is finished, you'll go home. If you learn good things from the seminar, you'll remember the names and addresses of the speakers, and attend other seminars that they'll organize in the future. If you learn nothing, you'll forget them altogether, nor will you introduce them to your loved ones. Mini Topic 10. Go to a gift shop to buy a gift for your brother's birthday. If you want to buy a gift for your brother for his birthday, you must know a good gift shop especially reserved for men. If you don't know a good shop, you can ask your mother because she must have bought a lot of gifts for your dad. You can also ask your sisters, your aunts, or your friends. If they don't know, you can call the telephone operator for information. When you get to the shop, you'll tell the owner what you want. She'll then tell a saleslady to help you. The saleslady will then take you through the aisles to look at the gifts for all occasions. You'll see a large selection of gifts. You'll see items for birthdays, wedding anniversaries, cosmetics, lipsticks, and also gifts for men. She'll show you a nice tie, a beautiful shirt, or a pair of fashionable sunglasses. She'll help you make up your mind. She'll introduce some wallets, belts, and perfume for men. After you make your choice, she'll wrap the gift up in nice color paper and give it to you. You'll pay the cashier and go home. However, if you don't go to the shop, you won't see the owner and you won't tell her what you want. She won't find a saleslady to help you. The saleslady won't take you through the aisles to look at the gifts for all occasions. You won't see a large selection of gifts. You won't see items for birthdays, wedding anniversaries, cosmetics, lipsticks, and also gifts for men. The saleslady doesn't have to show you a nice tie, a beautiful shirt, or a pair of fashionable sunglasses. She won't need to help you make up your mind. She won't need to introduce you any wallets, belts, and perfumes for men. As you don't make any choice, she won't have to wrap any gift up in nice colored paper, nor will she give it to you. You won't have to pay the cashier. You'll wait for your brother to come back from work and give the gift to him to surprise him. If he likes the gift, you'll introduce the shop to your friends and your loved ones. If he doesn't like it, even if he doesn't say so, you won't introduce the shop to anybody. Mini Topic 11. You go to the post office to mail a letter. If you want to mail a letter, you'll have to go to the post office. In case you don't know where the nearest post office is, you may ask your friend or you may call the telephone operator for the information. When you get there, You'll need to find a postal worker to help you. There are many reasons for going to a post office. Some people have to mail packages or letters. Others have to pay their utility bills. Other people go to the post office to renew their passports. At the front desk, you'll tell the postal worker that you need to mail a letter.